So hi, beautiful light tribe, it's Katie from Starlight, and I'm making this video because we have one sacred space left for our Malta journey at the start of October, and this space has come available because we have had a cancellation. And after doing a lot of tuning into this journey with channels and light workers and my own guides and the goddesses that are supporting this journey, which is really amazing. There's Goddess Isis, Goddess Venus, and Goddess Tanit all overlighting this journey, so it's got this real divine feminine warrior flow to it. I've come to understand that this journey had to have that cancellation because this journey is about the right people being there. It's a light worker journey and a soul contract for the people that are called to go and do this light work and earth work and soul work for the earth and the earth's ascension at this time on the most beautiful island of Gozo in Malta. And my guides have been talking about how Gozo has a real room energy to it, and that it was Gozo is really holding a lot of the vibrations and sacred energetic relics and energetic temples of Atlantis and Atlantis's golden age. And it's been holding all of these relics and temples for this time, for this light work that is happening not just through me but through the many light workers that are called to that sacred destination in this time of ascension. And the journey is part of a bigger portal project that I am guided to be doing at the moment, which is to open up portals to the most sacred temples in the time of Atlantis. So these are ascension portals that allow us to connect in with the golden age of Atlantis, and it's really, really important for us as souls to do this, because really what my guides have said is that what happened with the fall of Atlantis from the golden age is really the opposite directional flow of what is happening now. So that fall into the Piscean age, it's the opposite of the spiral of what we are doing now to rise up into the Aquarian age. And there is so much knowledge that we can receive from that golden age to help us to ascend, to help us to expand and become our own ascension. And so to be able to access that knowledge is a really amazing privilege. And every time I have connected to one of the temples of the golden age of Atlantis, it has been a moment of total reverence and illumination and breakthrough. And there's also in connecting through those timeline portals and through those spiraling portals, we can heal the fall of Atlantis that many of us are carrying. I know that for me and my personal journey, I was very not interested in past lives, actually, because I was like, it's all about who you are now. It doesn't matter who you were in a different time or a different place. And what I realized by doing this work with Atlantis is that actually, because of the soul memories that I was carrying and DNA memories that I was carrying about the fall of Atlantis, and the guilt that I was carrying about the fall of Atlantis, that I was holding myself back from my own power and from my own empowerment, and being able to release those energetic and emotional memories from myself have brought me more fully into my light and my power in a way that is beyond what my mind can even understand. It's just changed me at my core and changed me in my vibrational state, and made me accept more of myself and my path and my light. And that's why it is such important work to do for those of you that are feeling called to your path, because you have to clear out that old emotional DNA memory that you carried in order to become all that you can be. And the temples that we are connecting with in Gozo are lunar temples. And Gozo and that land was really a mecca in the time of Atlantis. And we will go to Gozo, find where these portals are, and these are earth things. They're not something you can connect to in a room somewhere else. You have to go to the place in the land where that opening is, and be able to connect in to the temples through the portals. And so you start to dimensional channel to this time and this aspect of yourself and this lifetime of your soul. And portals are really amazing for dimensional channeling. Like, you are not in the 3D. When you're in one of these portals, you are just going through many different times and many different healings and activations. The portals, as they open up, really assist your ability to connect and channel and see and transcend, and it is so amazing. And as we open up these portals, we are going to have an initiation journey through each of the portals, and each of the portals connect to a different temple that is connected to a phase of the moon. And each phase of the moon has a different healing and a different wisdom to bring through. And this healing is personal to the people that are called to be there. So one of the things that I love about Starlight Soul Journeys is they're in service. You know, we're doing what we are guided to do, often not really fully understanding it until we're there and in the moment, but having confirmation and magic happen the whole time, so that we know that the universe is with us. And when you do work in service, the healing is bigger. This is what I've learned, that the self-healing and the light work and the earth work, they're all one and the same, because actually ascension is happening in our own hearts and through our own perception. And when you are in service, you're actually in a state of deep surrender, so the most healing can happen because you're in such expanded surrender. And so whatever alchemy you need, whatever transformation you need, whatever you need happens for you as you're doing the collective consciousness and earth consciousness and timeline consciousness work in these portals. And that's why I can say with full certainty that whoever is called with this journey will not come back the same. They will experience transformation at their core that you cannot come back from. You become more of yourself, and so much of the myths that have tangled us up are just, they are cleared from every single layer of you. And so in each of these temples you receive the healing that you need on a very, very, very personal, energetic, emotional DNA level. And then at the same time, we bring through the healing that Gaia needs, and the crystal grid, which is the manifesting consciousness grid, needs for the ascension of Gaia at this time. And this contract between those that are called to this journey and the priestesses in these temples was made in the time of Atlantis. It was planned that this knowledge would be kept until now, that this healing would be kept until now, that these energies would be kept until the right moment of ascension for them. And so you're really standing on the edge of ascension. You're really belonging in every way. And that there is no feeling in the world like that. There is no feeling better than feeling in deep oneness with all of time and all of the earth, and in service, which is what us humans are here to be doing. And the other thing that happens is your higher self knows that you are with your tribe, that you are in connection with your soul and the service and soul contracts that you have made to the land, to the ley lines, to the energetic grids, to the ascension grids, to this moment in time. And because your higher self knows that you're there and that you've shown up and that you're fully supported, because the energies that support these journeys, because they are so interdimensional, are epic. There's angels, there's goddesses, there's gods, there's star beings, there's dolphins, there's ascended masters, there's dragons. You know, there's so many energies that surround the group, that your higher self knows that this is the perfect place for you to release that which you might not be able to release in your life. And so it will bring it up for you, because it knows that you're in the openness and the expansion and surrounded by the support that is going to be able to transmute it and transcend it so quickly for you. And so it is a really transformational healing journey, even though it is a journey that is in service. It's a life-changing journey. And the other reason it's life-changing is because you meet your soul. Your soul is always in service. Your soul is always in service, and when you consciously come into service, when you consciously respond to the call, you meet your own soul and you meet your path, because your path is service, and everything that's in the way of your path at this time is cleared, is transmuted, is alchemized. And so it's like you're in this cocoon, or in this case with Gojo, it's like you're in this womb where you're just being reborn. So many parts of you are being reborn and transcended and transmuted. And because you're in this state of deep surrender and deep service and deep communication, it's so magical. Like, the magic that happens, the way the land starts to speak to you, the way animals start to speak to you, the way the signs and synchronicities start to show up for you. You actually experience what living in total 5D is like. And you know how supported you are and how believed in you are and how loved you are by the universe. And then so many of your fears are transcended, and so much of what you thought you knew is transcended, and you become more of the truth of the universe in your own sacred, personal way. And what I have been told about this journey is there is one more person coming, and just like with the other people that are coming, it's not really a choice. It's a call. It's something that they don't fully understand with their minds. It's me and Kath, who are running it, don't even fully understand these journeys with our minds. We just know in our heart that we have to go, and we know that the journey will unfold in magical ways that we can't even vision when we get there. And the reason that it's a call is because, and not a choice, is because the light that the light signatures that each individual person has are the keys to opening these portals and the keys to doing this healing work for the collective. They hold the light signatures in their DNA. And that's why it can't just be anybody. It has to be the people that are called, the people that sign those soul contracts to carry this light information in their DNA. And so those of you that are watching this video that are just like, no, I'm not feeling that, that's fine. You know, not every light worker is called to every journey, and there are so many light worker journeys happening on the planet right now. But if the words about the moon temples and the priestesses and the goddesses are making you tingle, and are making you move, and are making parts of you that you didn't even know you had begin to long, or begin to open, or begin to spiral, then know that this journey is calling you, that you are one of those keepers of light signatures that is meant to be there, and know that the universe is gonna make way for you to be there, because this journey doesn't belong to the 3D, it belongs to the 5D, it belongs to the soul, and there is nothing 3D that can get in the way of that. There are many symbols of this journey because there's so many energies supporting this journey. One of the symbols is the lily. So if you're seeing lilies everywhere, or smelling lilies everywhere, you know, this journey for each person and for Gaia is about opening up like a lily. It's about accessing parts of feminine wisdom and feminine knowledge, and actually priesty knowledge, which is unity knowledge, and masculine knowledge that we haven't had in the Piscean age, and it's about that unfolding into that knowledge. So one of the ways that we get called to journeys is through signs. So if you're getting lilies, then that's quite possibly a sign that you're meant to complete this circle. And if you are seeing dolphins everywhere, the dolphins are really supporting this journey. They support a lot of starlight journeys, but the guidance I've had is that the dolphins for this journey are literally going to be sending energy, physical dolphins as well as star dolphins, sending energy and guidance from under the seas and from inside the sea caves, and really assisting the frequencies of this journey that are required for us to be able to open up these portals and bring this light information and healing through. And the healing, so if you're seeing pictures of dolphins everywhere, you know that that's also the journey calling you, if you are the last person that's going to come. And the light healing that is happening is really a combination of water and fire energies. There's so much beautiful guidance I'm getting about these temples and how they hold sacred flames, just like the sun temples that we were working with in Ibiza, but they also hold sacred waters, and they hold many chambers of knowledge and many initiation ceremonies that awaken us to knowledge, and feminine knowledge in particular, but in reference to the masculine and the unity energy as well. And when this fire and water energy comes together, it becomes lava energy, it becomes blood energy in the sense of Gaia's blood, which is lava. And part of what we're bringing through is that energy for the blood of Gaia. And the blood is the keeper of destiny and the keeper of passion. It's heat, it's passion, it's sexual energy, it's manifesting energy. And as we bring this sacred, ancient, healing blood through these portals into the grids of Gaia, so much old consciousness and wounded feminine consciousness and victim consciousness gets transformed, and so much is able to be energetically revived. And like I said, there's nothing better to me than doing this kind of work, because you feel the change, you see the change, the landscape changes, the energy changes, you feel the shifts that are happening, and you feel how amazing it is to give back to this mother that holds us and gives us so much, and to belong to her cycles of ascension and serve her cycles of ascension. And at the same time, when you come in service, you just get given so much in return that is beyond your wildest dreams. Like, your connection opens up so much, you get given so much personal healing and wisdom. And I think that's really what my path, more than anything else, has taught me, is that whatever you do, if you do it in service, it becomes a millionfold in both directions. You are able to give so much more, you are able to receive so much more, you're able to flow so much more, you're able to surrender so much more, you're supported so much more. And yeah, that's I have so much to say about these portals and these goddesses and the tuning in of the journey, but I don't actually know if all of that detailed guidance about the portals matters unless you're feeling that call, unless you're feeling that light signature within you tingling, and you're just like, I have to be there. Because I don't think it would make much sense otherwise. But if you are called, I welcome you to come and complete our circle, because I know that you will be perfect, and I know that whether you know it or not, you will have everything you need for this journey, and your life after that will become so much more flowful and empowered and connected. And yeah, I can't wait to welcome you into this circle and this journey. And I will end by saying that all of you, everybody that ever watches this video, you might not be called to this specific journey, but all of you have a path of service that is as magical and fulfilling as the light work journeys, because all service is the same. It's about surrender and expansion and love and connection and communication. And so come to your service, follow those calls, show up, and live a life that is beyond your wildest dreams, because you do. Hope this video has been helpful to the person that is called to this particular journey, and is helpful to the service of everyone. I love you all so much, and I will see one of you in Malta. Mwah. Loads of love.